goodness gracious, friends and neighbors. It's been a busy day here on CWTAP. And, of course, friends and neighbors, we're going over the Fiddle Festival. It'll be 34 years. I got your mic on there, my friend. Keith Brintzenhoff, and I'll tell you what, that whole thing with Al Shade was got me a little choked up there, that story he told me, but he's amazing. Anyway, the Fiddle Festival. We're all ready for that on September the 17th. And who's all playing there? Let's see, I'm just looking at I just got the thing in front of me now. Uncle Jeff, I see that, Uncle Jeffrey, CWTF, that's beautiful. I'm so happy that's on there. That's really nice. And, of course, we got the gospel service start at 9 a.m. And then at 9:30, Far from the City. That's somebody new, isn't it, Keith?
Actually, it's somebody old. They were probably the first or one of the first best bluegrass groups in the area.
Really?
Yes, and they're all friends of mine. In fact, the fiddle player is Mitch Miller, who plays in my band, and he's the one that judged there. Because
and that's the name of their gang, the Far from the City.
Far from the City.
I never knew that.
And
okay.
Back in the good old days, they recorded something called a record. You remember those things?
Yeah, yes, I do.
And so now he won 3 times at Lyons, so we said no more, made him a judge. And the banjo player is Mike Herzog, who is also the banjo player in the house band at Lyons. The bass player is Scott Carl, who is also the bass player in the house band at Lyons. And then Dave Reichert has entered the contest at Lyons a few times. He plays fiddle, mandolin, guitar. He's from Allentown area, and he's back there also. And then the 5th player is Larry Connolly, and that's what partly led to the breakup of the group years ago, because Larry moved to Arizona, and it's a long ways to commute for every job from Arizona back to Pennsylvania.
Yes, I'll say.
So they've gotten back together maybe twice since then, and at least once was about 4 or 5 years ago when Larry came back. They got together and they played at Lyons then. So got them in for the opening act, 9:30 till 10 o'clock in round numbers, Far from the City. Really good old-time bluegrass, some of the best musicians around.
Oh my God, it's exciting already there.
Yep.
And then, of course, at 10 a.m., we have the Martin Sisters. They're very talented.
And the Martin Sisters are from the Celtic Martins, the family band, one of the best family bands I've ever seen.
Yep.
They're Pennsylvania Dutch. Their father is fluent in Pennsylvania Dutch, and of course, that's why they play all Irish music.
And they are just so nice to be around. What a great family they are.
Yeah, there's the 3 girls play fiddle. They can also play fiddle and do Irish step dancing at the same time.
And one of the girls play the accordion, say?
One of them does, and they each play a couple different instruments. And Chrissy and Melissa and Emily have been class champions or grand champions at Lyons or the Early Bird Fiddle Festival, or both. So they are excellent, and they have a bass player and a guitar player with them, and they play Texas swing, which you don't hear much around here.
No. They entertained at Kutztown Folk Festival. They were really...
Right, that's when they're with the family group. They don't entertain there as the Martin Sisters.
Oh, I see. It's a family group.
Yep,
okay.
Right. So
I know you're there for the whole duration. Entertaining. Yes.
And every year we do one musical stick together, me and them. So it's always different.
Wow, that's great.
That's where I met them. So they become good friends.
Wow. Well, they're a beautiful family. I'd love to be with them all. Whenever I can.
Yep.
And of course, 11 a.m. the Hurricane House and Band, huh?
Yes, Hurricane House is the stage name for Sarah Larson. Sarah Larson was grand champion at Lyons a couple of years ago.
I remember.
And I forget if it's last year or the year before, they actually played at the Philadelphia Folk Festival as Hurricane House. So she's bringing her band up this year.
Wow.
We actually had them do one of our concerts for the Kutztown Folk Music Society. And unfortunately, sometimes you can't always be where you want to be.
No.
And I had another job, and I couldn't be there to hear them in Kutztown, so I get to hear them at Lyons this time.
Wow.
So, and then we have the band I'm really looking forward to from West Virginia, the Hillbilly Gypsies Old Time String Band. My favorite kind of music. And
Hillbilly Gypsies.
Yep.
Green
Fiddle,
Day.
banjo, guitar, bass, and I think a female singer, and so on and so forth. So
That's exciting. Boy, friends and neighbors, it's going to be on CWTAP, but there's nothing like being there, friends and neighbors. It really isn't. And smelling all the good foods, the kettle soups that they all make and everything like that. And it's the weather projection that I've been looking at. I think we should be all right. So,
you never know.
No, you never know.
This far ahead, it's tough.
Yeah, let's hope we're ahead like cabbage. Then,
That's
of course, at 1 o'clock, the opening ceremonies.
Right.
And then, of course, at 1:15, we start with Fiddle Class 1 night. Do I get them this year again?
You do.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you. I just love those kids. They're just so amazing. They really are.
Now, the interesting thing about the opening ceremonies this year is we always get somebody to sing or play the national anthem, somebody different. This year, it'll be incredible because this year, Andrew Folks is going to play the national anthem in the opening ceremonies, and he was last year's grand champion.
Yes.
And I just saw him because this morning from 11 to 12 over in Bethlehem at Burnside Plantation, we had 3 of last year's champions play tunes from 11 o'clock till 12 o'clock over there.
Wow.
And my God, this kid is like 16. You think you can't get any better. Oh my God, since last year? Good luck to anybody trying to beat him.
He's an awesome youngster too, and then fortunate since I'm with you guys, I got to deal with it. It's just he's an amazing young man. And we did an interview with him, and we've been playing it, and he loves his music. Thank goodness. That's great.
And what's even more disgusting is he has more hair than you and me combined.
He does, doesn't he?
He does.
Such a handsome little guy. Yeah, he does. He's something else.
Yep.
But this is 34 years. You
Right.
folks out there in Lyons touched a lot of lives with this program.
We have.
And brought a lot of youngsters through, and this is an important 34 years that is keeping going. We hope that we get more people to help you guys out there, and the biggest thing is for you folks out there listening to come out and to support it. That's what's important, because this is important to the youngsters and everybody that gets involved with the Fiddle Festival on that stage. You people in the audience are what makes it for us. So we mean that sincerely.
Right. You know my comment on that, Uncle Jeffrey? I've always said it's more important to be a musical supporter than an athletic supporter.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm going to hear about that one.
Just a little humor.
I know. Well, we can't, kids, forget it, yes.
Right. And going down the list there, the only one I'm not familiar with is the Nico Crider Trio. I'm not sure what they play or how they played, but again, those kids. Oh, I wanted to tell you, probably the biggest change in the contest is the age groups.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at that. I was kind of wondering.
When we started, we had 3 or 4, maybe 5 in the young group, and maybe 8 or 10 in the middle group, and 12, 14, 15 in the older group. Now it's shifted completely around. If we can get 5 or 6 contestants in the older group, we're doing good. But the kids group, we've got 15 or 20 kids.
Wow.
So that means a lot of kids are getting more interested in this stuff.
That is precious.
Now, where else can you go?
No.
Play 2 songs and get a big trophy and $100 or $200 cash.
Yes, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. You're right. Absolutely. You're right. And it's true. And there's a lot of chatter out there. And the youngsters, they come from all over to come to the Lyons Fiddle Festival in Lyons, Pennsylvania. It's unbelievable.
And moving along down after Fiddle Class 2, we have one of my favorites. This is one of the few contemporary performers we have. Caroline Reese is terrific. She comes from the same area as some lady, you might recognize her name, named Taylor Swift.
Yes, absolutely.
And if I had to compare the two, Carolyn is miles ahead of Taylor. Not only does she write her own stuff too, a lot of it, she also sings beautifully and she plays guitar.
She does.
And she is super. And she'll be alone by herself this year instead of having her guitar and bass player with her. I'm pretty sure. And then, of course, some people look forward to 5 o'clock. We get as many fiddle players as have the nerve and guts and time to get up on stage and play the same tune at the same time. And we have one requirement. They all have to play it in the same key.
Well, that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. And then, of course, you have the awards. And, boy, I tell you, over the years, I would not want to be a judge. There are so many talented musicians out there.
Amen. Keith, I say that every year. I would never want to sit in that seat with those men and women that are doing it. And who are our judges this year?
Our judges are, same as the last few years, Ted Fenstermacher, all the way from Makunji.
Makunji, where the Bears used to roam?
That's right. And Mitch Miller, former chairman of Lyons himself. And his daughter, Hannah Violet, who has her own group, the Hannah Violet Trio. They're becoming pretty well known in the last couple of years in the area.
That's wonderful. What talent, too.
Yep, you got it.
Yes.
And then as you look at the bottom of the flyer, which people at home can't see, we have 2 raffles again this year. You can buy a ticket cheap, and you can win either that Martin guitar and case and strings and tuner and a bunch of other accessories made in Nazareth, of course, and that beautiful hand-stitched quilt hanging there in the picture. Just buy a raffle ticket. And you have a few more days to buy one. If you can't get out, we don't want to wait till Lyons, stop by Firefly Bookstore in Kutztown. They have the quilt on display. You can see it. You can buy raffle tickets there. They're doing us a big favor by displaying it and selling raffle tickets for us.
Great. Well, tell the friends and neighbors out there, folks. We appreciate that, spreading the word on that Fiddle Festival prize raffles where they get tickets.
And one of our best known guys there who helps a lot is Eastside Dave.
Yes.
Dave Klein. And about 5 years ago he started this. He had this idea. So this is a new tradition. The last thing we do in the day is we have a big sing-along with everybody on stage and the musicians who want to play. And we do Swing Low, Sweet Chariot.
It is beautiful. It really is.
It is. It's a great finale song.
Absolutely, sir. It really is. Yes.
And now people are wondering, why the heck is this guy named Keith Brintzenhoff on your program? So I guess I better tell him, huh?
Yes, go ahead. You tell him.
Okay, so I am the music coordinator and the band leader and the co-MC with some guy named Uncle Jeffrey.
Oh, who's that guy?
Oh, I know. I come from Amos.
Yeah, from Amos.
So now, what's your opinion? Since you live here for most of your life, at least so far, does Emmaus have 1 M or 2 M's?
Well, way back in the day, there was only one,
So now we got 2.
And now we have 2, yep.
Wow. Double your pleasure, double your fun.
Yes, yeah, they made the change. That must have cost a lot of money that time to put all those new signs up.
Boy, I'll say, geez, wow.
Well, I'll tell you, the schedule looks really awesome.
It is, it always is.
Yep, absolutely. And of course, friends and neighbors, bring your lawn chair and be hungry, okay?
Yes, bring your appetite because we have a lot of good food, somewhere between reasonable and cheap.
Yep.
And I kid you not, boy, and people go for especially the kettle soup, homemade on the grounds.
It's out of this world. It is so tasty.
The ice cream.
Oh, the ice cream is schmack-golly-goo, yeah.
Oh, OMG, yes, it's.
And we just have to mention no pets, no coolers, and no alcohol, friends and neighbors. Okay?
Right. You have to buy stuff there. Don't bring it in.
Yep, and there's plenty, and it's reasonably priced too. They really do. They want the families to come there. Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. So LionsFiddleFest.com, friends and neighbors. And they also have an email, very easy, lionsfiddlefest@gmail.com. So it's really easy to get in touch with them. There's no phone number, correct? But except if you need more information or something for some reason, they can call me here at the station, and we'll try to help you out there. September 17th, Lyons Community Park in Lyons, 9 a.m. to 5:30, friends and neighbors. And I love the morning. I won't be with a fellow Manishkas on Sundak. I was there today, but we have a great service in the morning, and Keith's part of that. And our pastor, the same church, is doing that, right?
Right, from Bowers.
Yep, from Bowers. Really nice folks, and it's really neat. And you'll see it live here on CWTAP. But look, it's not like coming out there sitting. and it really is enjoying all that good food and everything. But we understand our shut-in friends, they can't, but we'll make sure we'll bring all this beautiful Lyons Fiddle Festival to all you friends and neighbors for sure. Anyway, did we cover everything, Keith?
I think we covered
everything. And there's also vendors. There's vendors in the back.
Ooh, we forgot. There's a big craft section for people who like crafts. A lot of homemade stuff there. Nice stuff, too. Yes, they do. And then lots of good food, lots of crafts and everything, and entertainment. The jammers in the back, so if you like to play, the jammers in the back, we have different groups that just come back there and play your instrument and sing. It's just awesome. We'll be back there with them and recording stuff back there too. And also, friends and neighbors, we don't want to forget, now, if you play the fiddle out there, you can actually, if unless it changed, Keith, but you have to steer me on this. Nope. Can they sign up that day? Right. Okay. Right. So they have to sign up before their age group is called up to perform. Okay. So if you might be a person out there that, I don't know if I can get up there on stage. Well, you'll be comfortable with Uncle Jeffrey and Keith. You don't have to worry about that, okay? Right. You got it. And we'll be with you, guiding you and everything. Just you pick 2 songs, correct? Right. And in fact, you get that urge that you just want to do it for years and just couldn't do it. They want to. Let's try it. Come up there, and at the last minute, you can come on there in that age group, okay? And if you're one of those bashful, shy, quiet types like Uncle Jeffrey, and you're afraid that everybody's watching you and looking at you, do what I do. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I see nothing. Okay. All right, Keith. You're unbelievable. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, Keith, you're going to do a tune for us on one of your instruments. What do you have today? I have my auto harp, my specialty. You really love that. That's. I do. It's a special auto harp too. So. It's special. You always make it special, and that's always special. Your art. Well, people are always telling me that I'm special. I'm not sure what they mean sometimes. Lord have mercy. Yes, you are special, sir. You really are. And of course, Keith has been the beginning of there. It'll be the 34th year that he's there at Lyons Fiddle Festival, and all from the beginning. And on the archives on YouTube, you can see some of those old archives through Keith Widener's Productions, or what? I think it's Productions. Something like that. It's, you know what? You really you didn't change much at all, really. You know that, sir. I didn't. I know that. I mean that. So, anyway, what a wonderful program. Please tell your friends, tell your neighbors, September 17th, and please, if you're able, please come out. There's nothing like being there in the audience and enjoying a wonderful day. For somehow or another, you guys are always blessed with wonderful weather. Now, we do have a rain day, don't we? Right. And I don't like to talk about it. But. No, and this year there's a big change. Okay. Instead of canceling it and moving it a week later, we're going to move it inside to the newly remodeled, largely expanded fire company next door. Okay, that's new. So we would have the contest upstairs and the vendors and whatever. So rain or shine, you come out 2017. Rain or shine. See that? Now I know the rest of the story. I did not. Go. Okay, great. Yep. So we don't have a rain date. Rain or shine, friends, are going to come out. We'll be at the Lyons Fire Company, correct? Did I get that right? The fire company. That's right. They remodeled it. That's right. Next to the expanded and remodeled it. So it's right. Just come to the same place, friends and neighbors, and we'll guide you to the right place. Unbelievable. Keith, thank you. I appreciate so much. And we'll get you set up. We're going to go to another song. And don't forget there, friends and neighbors, Lyons Fiddle Festival, September 2017, if you just tuned in, from 9 a.m. to 5:30. Rain or shine. Rain or shine. That's very important, friends and neighbors. We don't have to worry about if it rains because we have somewhere to go inside, which is absolutely new, and I just learned about it myself. Anyway, in the studio, Keith Brintzenhoff. Hey, Booverai, you're going to play us a tune. Did you ask what tune we're going to play? I ascertained that I should spiel marching through Georgia. Well, here we go. Can I give a little explanation first? Absolutely, sir. Okay, this is written to commemorate General Sherman's march through Georgia during the Civil War. Needless to say, it's not very popular in the South. Yeah, but it actually has words, so I'm going to play it through first, Some of you will recognize the melody. It was featured in Ken Burns' movie about the Civil War, documentary. And then I will sing the original first verse. And then those Wild and the Wacky Fiddle players took this tune and played it without the words and speeded it up a little bit, made a hoedown tune out of it. So then I will sing the beginning of the hoedown call, because I'm also a hoedown caller, learned from my
Yes,
my
you
father.
are.
And since I have this
And then,
sense,
who did you learn from?
my father.
Is that so? So I
Yep.
never knew that. Okay.
Yeah, he was an amateur hoedown caller. I've been a professional hoedown caller.
Uh-huh.
And since I'm on the subject, I will mention to you, you might be interested in this, Uncle Jeffrey.
Uh-huh.
Saturday, October 21st, the 70th anniversary of the Leesport Farmers Market. There will be a big, and I mean big, free admission hoedown with good food and drink, including beer, available from the Leesport Fire Company, and souvenirs, shirts and mugs and whatever. Opening band will be Crow Hill, one of the newest really good bluegrass bands.
Oh,
And then my band will be playing for the dancing, and that slightly extended band will have Mitch Miller on fiddle, Mike Hertuck on banjo and guitar, Eastside Dave on banjo and guitar, and Bob Pongratz from Topton on bass, and I will be alternating playing auto harp or guitar, and Lester Miller and myself are going to take turns calling the hoedowns. Woody Reese, who runs the market and owns it, is aiming for, are you ready for this? The biggest hoedown in the world ever.
That's going to be wonderful. Keith Wider's going to be covering that because we're at Mount Bethel that day.
Yep.
And I apologize, man. I would have been there, believe me.
Well, this has to be at night.
And this is at night. We're up there at Mount Bethel at night, and of course the big parade is in advance too. It's like everybody, I just need to be more people.
You have to clone yourself.
Yes, exactly. But thank you for sharing that. We need to mention that. That is going to be huge.
It will be.
And the tickets available
Free
at the
admission.
door. It's a free admission at Leesport Friends and Neighbors, October 21st.
Yep.
And we're celebrating 70 years.
70 years of the Leesport Farmers Market.
Wow. And,
That's even older than you.
Yes, it is.
But it's not older than me.
No, that's not older than you. Really?
Think about that.
Yeah, I am thinking about it. Good Lord. Now I know the rest of the
Now,
story.
Jeffrey, think of what you said. Think about this for a minute.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that redundant?
That is redundant.
Good Lord.
Lord, yep.
Think about that.
You are unbelievable. Now, what song are you going to do for me? That's what
Marching through Georgia.
Okay, here we go, friends. They're live here on CWTAP. Keith
I'm going to
Brintzenhoff.
play it in the key of a surprise.
He is surprised.
Is that key? G!
Gee!
Sing another song, sing with a spirit that will move the world along. Sing it as we used to sing it, 50,000 strong. While we were marching through Georgia, hurrah, hurrah, we bring the jubilee. Hurrah, hurrah, the flag that sets you free. So sang the chorus from Atlanta to the sea. While we were marching through Georgia, now the First Lady proudly the inside of the ring. When you get back home again, you give your honey a swing. When you promenade single file, promenade that way, just like we did with down in Georgia. Sing hip hip, hooray, keep going the same old way. Hip hip, hooray, back the other way. When you get to your backyard, give your honey a swing, 'cause that's how they do it.